Welcome back, everyone, to the Northeast Florida Marine Innovation Podcast. Today, we have a really cool guest that has something coming up very quickly. He's right in the throes of putting it all together. We have Mr. Bill Bergin here that is in charge of the Inshore Slam for 25. The Inshore Slam. You're putting it all together, right, Bill?
Yeah, so pretty quickly. It's going to happen this weekend, actually.
Right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I know that we've got a team in it, the Xanago Marine team. We're excited. We want to be on the pedestal.
It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be interesting to see because every year you never know what species of fish are going to end up getting weighed in.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing. We know it's not only just an inshore slam, just not a normal fishing tournament. It's about anglers for a cure, right? And I know that's got a special thing for a lot of people. And tell us more about that.
Actually, this is our 19th year
Wow.
of putting on a fishing tournament, which we're pretty proud of because it's hard to put a tournament on year in and year out and get sponsors. And we appreciate Xanago Marine helping us out. That's great. Tell you what, we started back in, 2005 was when we really kind of started getting rolling. Believe it or not, I was undergoing chemotherapy for colon cancer. And you just basically sit around in a room, believe it or not, for about 6 hours a day while they pump all this crap through you. And I met a man in there, a guy about my age, who was doing the exact same thing, going through colon cancer. Turned out he had stage 4, I had stage 3. So you go in there every other week, and we just kind of became buddies. It's funny, when you go into this room, you tend to sit in the same chair, sit next to the same people because you get used to talking to them. You kind of have a connection. So Doug this was his second bout with colon cancer, but he was a big fisherman, and he fished a lot with his kids. And at that time, his son was probably 15 or 16. And, so in our conversations talking, he just said that, and his son's name was Jordan. He goes, well, Jordan was put on a fishing tournament for colon cancer. And I go, yeah, really? He goes, yeah. And him and his buddy, he had a longtime high school buddy, Matt. They were big fishermen. Doug is the father. They all fished together. And so I'm kind of thinking about, as he says that, now that's kind of interesting. I mean, he's 15, 16. And
yeah, that's really neat. Somebody that's even see that desire or want to do something.
Yeah,
like that,
so he wanted, at that point in time, he wanted to, find a cure for colon cancer.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I thought, got to be something I can do to help out.
Right.
And so I just got involved right then, pretty early on, from year one, and we put that first fishing tournament on at Sisters Creek up in North Jacksonville.
Okay.
And so since the format of the tournament is Inshore Slam, because that's kind of what Jordan and his dad fished for, was the redfish, the flounder, and trout. So that was the big, what they used to go after. So we started out as strictly, the first year was an Inshore Slam, which means you can have a boat or a team of 2, and you've got to catch an aggregate of 3 species. So it's got to be the redfish, the flounder, and the trout, and then it's just the total weight.
So I love that. I think that's really cool. Right? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of tournaments out that are targeting one species, but you got to have your licks together to know how to catch those, because they're significantly different, right? How you going after them?
You're right. I mean, they like to go after different bait. They like different tides.
Yep.
It just depends upon the weather, the heat, the cold, what's going on. So when we started out, I mean, is to get the tournament to kind of grow and to get more people involved, because when you have like a fishing tournament and you open it up to say Inshore Slam, you tend to get like the seasoned veterans, or the guys that, there's a lot of guys that just fish tournaments week in and week out.
Sure.
Fish tournaments. They're like, they got regular jobs. They're like semi-pros. I mean, these guys know exactly what they're doing. They know where they're going. And which was fine. But we were trying to,
Not hard to get those guys, right?
no,
Not hard to
not
get
hard to
those
get
guys.
them.
Yeah.
No. And you know, knock on wood, thank God, we've had a good relationship with the Inshore Slam guys, and we get a lot of repeat people coming back
Oh,
year in
good.
and year out. Um,
Good. So
and
tell me about how does it get to the cure? How does it help you get there?
well, what we do is, you know, I guess I'll step back a little bit. In order to get more people and raise more money for what we wanted to do, uh, we expanded the tournament from Inshore Slam, a two-man team. So that would be one segment of it, and we opened up a division like what you guys are going to fish in. Your team this year would be a sportsman division. We
Okay.
can do up to 4 guys on a boat, and then we're going to pay first, second, and third place for each one of those fish, for the trout, for the flounder, and for the redfish.
But you have to have all three, right?
No, not in that
Okay, not in that
division.
division. Okay.
Not in that division. So we'll pay 9 different places.
Okay.
The whole theory there was just to get weekend people and guys that just like to fish. They don't even have to fish tournaments. We just want them to have fun and enjoy our event.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's a way for us to get more people involved to raise more money. As it turns out, our uh, benefactor, one of our largest sponsors, is Borland Gruber.
Makes sense completely.
Yeah. So when we first started out, Jordan was kind of like, I want to find a cure for cancer, and we kind of evolved into, well, with the money we're going to raise, we're not going to find a cure for cancer, but why don't we help people locally with colon cancer? So what we've done with Borland Groover is we take the funds that we raise, and Borland Groover uses those to kind of kick back to the community for people that want, need, or can't otherwise get a colonoscopy.
Oh, that's great.
So they use the funds to help people pay for their colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's really good.
So
because that's the first step, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
you don't. That's how it happens. That's how you identify it.
Yeah.
People put that off, it gets bad.
You've got to get screened, and you know things happen probably for a reason. But so Jordan's father, Doug, passed away 2 weeks after our first tournament.
Oh wow.
2 weeks after the first tournament. So
Wow.
he's been a dedicated young man, and he's still interested in this, in this cause, and we both are, and we just now we want to educate people on colon cancer. Um, we're not doctors by any means, and we'll have a doctor from Borland Groover at the captain's meeting.
Oh, good.
So they'll talk, for 5 minutes, and they're there for questions. You can call them on the phone, and we've had a lot of people that have fished our event or come to the captain's meeting that one way or another have gone through, gotten a colonoscopy. But yeah, the first thing is to get screened.
Got it.
And that's the important part. And really, it's not like an old guy's or old woman's type of thing. We've had people in their 30s that have had colonoscopies, had colon cancer, have not survived. So it's a far-reaching deal.
Yeah, sure.
So that's kind of what we do. I mean, we put the tournament on once a year, and it's at the first several years was Sisters Creek up in North Jacksonville, but we've been at the Volano boat ramp for probably 10, 11 years.
Nice.
Maybe a little longer.
Nice.
So we'll have the captain's meeting on a Friday evening. We'll put a big double tent up there. So we'll have free food for all the participants. There'll be live music.
Oh, great.
We'll have a raffle. And then we do the captain's meeting, just go over the minutes. The guys have to show up and register, and then they'll ask any questions they have. Then we'll do the little raffle. And then we'll have, a Q&A with the guys from Borland and Gruber.
Oh, that's really good.
So
So you have that education piece, right? You
Yeah,
didn't forget about that. That's perfect.
Yeah. And we do that on the website throughout the year, and mainly probably Facebook would probably be a better example. We'll post stuff throughout the year, just little pieces of information. But for example, if detected early, and you catch it early enough, 90%. There's a 90% survival rate.
Is there really?
Yeah, for
Wow.
getting screened. So
So where's that at? You mentioned earlier that you were stage 3 and Doug was stage 4. Where's that at in the timeline standpoint, dude? I mean, how do you know?
good question. I mean, and I don't really know. Oh, really? One is just a further advancement of the cancer growing polyps inside the colon wall.
Got it.
So it gets to a certain stage that just gets harder and harder um, to fix. When it gets to the point, you go in, you get screened, the doctor looks for polyps in your colon, and what they'll actually do is snip ones that they'll see, and they'll examine them, and they'll come back, malignant or benign.
Right. Makes
And
sense.
that's how you do it, and that's by getting screened at an early age. That's how you prevent actually getting colon cancer.
What is the age they recommend now?
Well, when I was doing it, it was 50. Um, I think now you could probably get it done at 40. A lot of it just depends. You got to just call your insurance company and see if
See
they'll
if they'll cover it. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're doing it at an earlier age now because it's you can save the insurance company and yourself a lot of money if
Oh,
you
sure.
cut it off early.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
get it early. So
For sure.
it just kind of depends, how with every individual like insurance type outset.
So I take it Borland Gruber would kind of, educate people on the signs to watch for, or things to
Yeah, and they do, and you can actually go to like the Borland Gruber website because they do all kinds of intergastrointestinal diseases.
Okay.
But colon cancer is one of them, and there's signs to look for. Um, blood in your stool would be the easiest
one,
and the biggest one. But there's other stuff, and you don't know. So a lot of times, you just go in and get their colonoscopy done, which is a um, easy procedure. Really.
Yeah, I've had it done.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Okay, yeah. So the biggest thing is the prep work the day before.
Yep.
The procedure itself, you go in a half hour, you're in and out. You don't feel a thing.
Yep.
Actually, the drugs they give you are great. You go to sleep and you wake up feeling
Just don't go fishing afterwards.
in la la land, right? But that's the best way to do it is have a conversation with your doctor,
Yeah.
or just get online and do a little research. I mean, you can find out so much now online.
Or
makes
go
it a
to
lot
the
easier.
captain's meeting for the Inshore Slam and hear all about it from Borland Gruber.
That's right. It'll be this Friday at the Volano Boat Ramp at 6:00 is the captain's meeting. If you haven't registered, you can register online. You can register the evening of, and like we probably get half of our people registering the night of the fishing tournament.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that's incredible.
yeah, at the captain's meeting.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this a long time. I'm sure you've got a million stories in your head there for things that have happened. What's your favorite thing that's happened at the tournament over the years? What's the thing that's most memorable to you?
We have had a lot of fun, and we've seen a lot of neat fish coming in and getting weighed. But I guess one of the craziest ones would be, this was probably 8-9 years ago. We've never been rained out.
Wow,
We've never been rained out.
that's incredible. Knock on wood.
Yeah, really. We've had a postponement. We did have a postponement where we moved it. Normally, we've always been in September. One year, due to like the hurricane, we went to early November.
Oh, okay.
But we haven't actually had a rain out like the day of. So we had this event. The captain's meeting went fine. It was perfect. It was raining on the day of, and in the afternoon, it was like a literal deluge. It was pouring down, and if you've ever been in a boat and you're coming in to the Volano boat ramp, it's very narrow, and there's like a little sandbar, so people literally could not see where to get in. And we had 2 tents set up, and the weigh-in takes place under the tent. We have live music, so we've got like, a lot of wires and stuff running around, and it started filling up with water.
Oh, boy.
There's a low spot there, and we probably had 6 inches of water on the ground with the wires and stuff.
Oh, boy.
We're going, and people were still coming in to weigh, and we said, oh, it's too late to cancel now. We can't call the tournament. So the bait shack is right there on the grounds. So we moved the weigh-in inside the bait shack. And
it's not a very big building.
No, no, it's not much bigger than the room we're doing the podcast.
That's right.
And the wind was blowing, 20, 30 miles an hour. So we probably had literally 30 people, maybe more, I don't know, jammed in that room. It got so hot in there, because both the doors were closed. We'd open a door, and the wind would gust through and stuff would go flying out.
It smells like dead shrimp.
Yeah. So we got the weigh-in. It all happened. We got the tournament finished, and it worked out perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so,
awesome.
Like you say, we have not had to cancel.
That's great.
That was the closest that we've ever come to.
That's great.
Probably.
What's the most memorable fish?
That'd be hard to say, really. In fact, you know what? I can't hardly remember from one year to the next.
No kidding.
Some of the big fish. But in the kayak division, you're allowed. You don't have to weigh the fish live.
Oh, okay.
In the other divisions,
Yeah, because you don't have a live well.
Yeah, you have to have a live fish to present at the weigh-in, and if it's not live, then there's a penalty for a dead fish. But in a kayak, you just get a ruler, and we'll give them like a certain key or a token or something that no one else has, or we would go out and buy or something like that, and they just put that token next to their ruler, and then they take a picture.
Oh, got it.
Of the fish. And so I would say that one of the biggest things, some guy had like 40, like a king redfish, like a 45-inch fish, in his kayak.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Drug him around a while, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
But I mean, that's kind of the biggest fish that I can think of. And there's in the slam, 3 fish. If you have 2 fish, and let's say your 2 fish weigh 10 pounds, and you've got 3 species, and they weigh 9 pounds, the 3 fish at 9 pounds
beats the 10 pounds.
Beats the 2 fish at 10 pounds, because the object is to go for 3 fish.
I like that. I think that's really neat. I think that's a cool spin on the tournament. And
so we'll have years where one of those species, and it's different every year. If they don't get 3, there'll be guys. I couldn't get a trout. And there'll be, it'll be a 2 fish deal. And so there's, they win with 2 fish.
With 2 fish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine that's not an easy task. Right? It's not an easy task.
No, and you know what? I'm not a big inshore fishing guy, so I don't know like all the nuances of getting out there, like for a tournament. But the tournament guys, they know what they're doing. They know where they want to go. I mean, they know where they want to go before, when they get to the boat ramp or before they get to the boat ramp.
You better.
Yeah. And then a lot of the other guys are there, even though they want to fish the slam, they're fishing for fun.
Oh yeah.
And they're just good fishermen.
Right.
And they have their favorite spots that they go to. Because there's a lot of good fishing, that you don't have to go that far away from the boat ramp and get back by 3:00.
Right. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of area. I mean, I can think of 15 spots, right? Within within a throwable distance from Volano.
The inshore fish?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you that I'm good, but I get out there and I try to catch fish.
But you got your spots you probably like to go to.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of people, they'll go to those spots first thing and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And get a fish. And then some people, if it's hard, if the fish is not any good, they'll just come in and weigh the 1 or 2 fish they have and hope for that.
What's the time frame? How long do you go?
So the actual fishing tournament, for example, this week and every year we have it actually, You put in at first light,
Okay.
which first light would be, I don't know,
6:45.
yeah, I was going to say 6:30, whenever the guy Jordan cuts you loose is, if, when it's safe to go out there with a bunch of boats. But 6:30, 6:45, and then weigh-in's 3 o'clock. You just have to be kind of in the line by three
By 3.
o'clock, so you can be physically spotted.
Got it.
And then we'll weigh them. We've got a weighmaster, and he'll weigh all the fish, and then we'll just put them up on. We've got like a laptop. We enter everything in there and
Exciting.
put it up on a screen, and then we'll feed. As the guys come in, we've got coolers of water, Coke, and we'll have pizza.
Nice.
Because when they get off the boat, they're thirsty and they're pretty hungry.
Yeah, for sure.
know.
For sure. Yeah, you can work up an appetite out there in the sun for sure. All right, so it looks like you got what, 4 divisions?
Yeah, we got 4 divisions. So we have the Inshore Slam, which is going to be a 2-man team, a sportsman division, which is you can put up to 4 people on a boat.
Okay.
We've got a junior anglers division, which is 12 and under. So we're trying to just get young kids and their fathers or their mothers, interested in the sport. We've got reduced price for them, and then we've got the kayak division.
Kayak division.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now this year, I think last year was the very first year, but you can now go into the kayak division with an engine, with a motor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of them are doing that now, right?
A lot of them are doing it, and so we've just decided that it's time to do that, and we'll generally put maybe 15 to 20 kayaks in.
Yeah, that's fair. Because a kayak, even though they have a motor, they're not using that to go halfway across the ocean, right? They're using that to get them through the creek, right?
They know where they want to know where they go too.
Yeah,
it just gets them there a little quicker.
That's right. That's right. A little less energy getting.
And then the last one we have is a sheep's head, and it's kind of, we came up with this was just kind of a way to generate a little bit more revenue. It's I believe it's $25. Put $25 in the kitty, and it's the heaviest sheep's head.
Oh, cool.
And sometimes they're biting, sometimes they're not biting. A lot of guys don't want to mess with the sheep's head. If they're doing the Inshore Slam, if the sheep's head are biting,
I'll take them all day
long.
Out
there, yeah, people throw in the $25, and the pot usually, I think it's $100 or $150.
Nice.
For the sheep's head, yeah.
What's the overall cash prize?
The total purse is $5,000.
Nice.
So it would be split up
amongst
the different divisions.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's excellent.
And then the raffle that we have Friday evening at the boat ramp is we've got some unbelievable stuff that the local community has, like, year in and year out donated. The fishing community, the local businesses.
Great.
They've been more than supportive.
I'll tell you, that's one thing that I'm blown away by in Northeast Florida, St. Augustine in particular, right? These businesses and these people, they love to support each other, right? And I've never, in all the places that I've lived in the country, I've never been in a spot where there's so many individually owned businesses, right? And they all know how hard this is, right? So they want to support each other, and it's not hard to get that support. And I love to see it continuing to do what it does there in Northeast Florida and in St. Augustine in particular.
And there, part of my responsibility is to raise money to help, make aware the colon cancer issue.
Sure.
And so we go to these local businesses year in and year out, and they get hit up by multitudes of people.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
My hat is off to them. And, we don't browbeat them. If they don't want to do it one year, that's fine. We've had people lay out a couple of years. Then they'll come back, or they'll just say this isn't a good year. They want to help. They want to help the community as much as they can. And it's kind of like a brotherhood. I mean, especially on the fishing community, they all know everybody.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Yeah, I remember you stopped in last year. I remember exactly how we met, but we gave you some stuff to give away. But
the way we met was, believe it or not, I had just been online, looking for boat cleaner stuff.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and
Everybody looks for that. They do.
I saw it was like a review or something on Xanadu Marine. So I just looked it up, read it, and said, "Oh, it's in St. Augustine." I said, "Holy cow! I hadn't heard of them." So that's how I called.
Oh,
I
excellent.
said, "You're local." I said, "We put on a fishing tournament. This is a pretty good match."
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Sure. And we're always going to want to get involved with the things that have purpose behind it, right?
Yeah.
And so, it resonated with me from the first call. And we're a young company, so we didn't have a whole lot we could do, but we wanted to do something. And I think we
Sure.
gave you a bucket and a kit and everything to give
Yeah.
away. And I'm certain somebody was happy to get that, and I would have been for sure. But this year we're going to do a little bit more, and I know we've got a team ship fishing in the tournament,
Yeah.
so that's exciting for us because Matt has never fished a tournament before.
He'll have fun.
Yeah,
He'll have fun because the captain's meeting. The captain's meeting really is kind of an event of its own. I mean, you have to show up to register, and you have to do that at every tournament.
Sure.
But we do have live music. We do give out free barbecue sandwiches and chips. We'll have the raffle there. People just buy $5 a ticket and $5 a ticket, and it's great. And we'll have soda, Cokes, bring your own beverages.
There you
go. It's a couple hours, doesn't last very long, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, good.
So people will bring their wives, their significant others, not just strictly the fishing community shows up. So people bring other folks with them, which is great.
Yeah, I'll bring my wife with me, and she'll stand out, tall. As soon as you hear that Georgia accent, you're gonna know exactly who she is. That's for sure.
Good deal. Good deal.
For sure. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the captain's meeting and seeing how the team does it in the tournament and just see how you guys operate. I mean, clearly, so I love to fish, right? And I've been fishing since I was a little boy. It's a big passion of mine. I don't get to do it as much as I'd like to, and I think everybody that loves to fish says that very thing,
definitely.
right? Because if I had my druthers, I'd be on a boat every day. But it's when I moved down here to St. Augustine, which is about 4 years ago, I had to learn the saltwater fishing. I was in freshwater fishing the entire time. But I lived on Lake Lanier
for a while. You get hooked pretty fast too.
Oh yeah, and I was in Lake Lanier for a while, and Lake Lanier, it's stripers, right? Yep. And so I learned the whole striper game.
That's a lot. That's fun fishing.
Oh, it is, and and that's a saltwater species. They just put it in fresh water, right? So the movement of that fish is kind of very similar to here, except you don't have the tides. The tide is the big learning curve when you're working in the intercoastal for sure. But I love this, and I love the fact that Matt's going to fish his first tournament because I fished the striper tournaments on Lake Lanier for years, and they I stopped doing it because I started to not enjoy it as much as I would because
it got too competitive.
It got too competitive. Yeah. It became real pressure. I wanted to win.
Well, and that's one of the things that we try to do with our event because the Inshore Slam guys in particular are very competitive, and I mean they want 3 fish and they want to win the money, and that's great. We want everybody to have a good time.
Yeah.
Follow the rules. And then that's why we opened up other avenues for people just to go out
and involved,
have fun.
For sure.
Put 4 guys on a boat, go out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of those people that go out on those boats, they're great fishermen.
Oh yeah.
And,
there's a lot of great fishermen in this town.
But we don't want it to get so competitive that like tempers flare. We've never really we've never really had any issues. Where
I sure would hope not.
People get a little touchy, like, "Are you sure that you got the tail clipped right at the end?" and stuff like that. But it's all worked out great.
Yeah, good. And again, it's for a cure, anglers for a cure, right? And we're trying to do something here that's much bigger than just a fishing tournament, right? This has been going on for. When you mentioned it earlier, it's hard to keep these things going for a long time, and you guys have been able to do that. And the reason I think, and you're doing that, is because this has much greater purpose than just a fishing tournament. Right?
It is, and people do like to donate to things that have a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our event, we are one of, that I'm aware of, 2 in Jacksonville, St. Augustine that have like a charity event for colon cancer.
Got it.
There's a ton of other great, worthwhile events. Okay, you know, breast cancer, you name it.
Right.
But that's the big one that goes out there. But we're just one or two, so we're kind of a small guy out there, which is fine. We're just really trying to build awareness, and we want people to think about it, think about their health, get checked. You know, a lot of people don't. I remember when I was 50, my regular doctor just said, okay, you know, you're coming up on 50, you probably want to get a colonoscopy. You know, I'm thinking, okay, well, when I was 50, I did. And lo and behold, the guy goes, oh, yeah, you've got cancer.
Oh, my.
And it went along pretty quick. I had surgery, and then they didn't get it all with the surgery, so then you move to the next stage, which is chemo. And then, you know, hopefully the chemo works. Some people have chemo and radiation. But our whole thing is we just want people to be aware that colon cancer is one of the diseases that if it's caught early, you can
90%
beat
right?
it. You can beat it before it starts, or if you do have it and catch it early, 90% survival rate.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And ultimately, so in our business, we talk a lot about prevention, right? And rather than once your boat's dirty, cleaning it, right? Preventing it from getting it dirty, right? What are the things you can do to stop that? This is exactly that. It is exactly that, right?
It's kind of like preventive maintenance, if you want to
absolutely
put it in a term like that.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
It's take care of your body. I mean the same thing, because there's all different ailments that people get for different reasons. Colon cancer happens to be the one that I got, and that's where our passion is, through meeting Jordan's dad.
Yeah.
And so, Jordan actually lives out of town. So we kind of put this thing on. I do the in-town stuff. He does a lot through the internet, phone calls, and stuff like that. And then we'll come together this week.
That's great.
Put everything together.
That's great. I look forward to meeting Jordan. All right, one more time. How do people get involved if they want to get involved in this?
You can go online to anglersforacure.org, or just check us out on our Facebook page, which is Anglers for a Cure on Facebook.
Right.
And that's the best way. You can actually register online. You can also just show up at the captain's meeting, which is this Friday, if this gets released. And next year will be our 20th anniversary. So we've got some pretty neat stuff planned for next year.
Yeah, that's great.
But for this year, you can go online and show up at the Volano Boat Ramp this Friday, which is the 26th at 6 p.m.
All right, you guys heard that, all you fishermen out there. Volano Boat Ramp, 6 p.m. Show up Friday night. That is, if you want to go out and catch an inshore slam, if you've got the licks to be able to do that. If not, there's other places for you to participate. All right, so hey, Bill, we appreciate you coming, and we appreciate you taking the time to sit with us. I'm going to get this edited real quick so we can get out there, and you can use it to help you potentially get some other people on board. But we're constantly looking for people that are doing unique things here in St. Augustine, looking in Northeast Florida as a whole, Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Ormond Beach, all the way down to Ormond Beach, right? So anywhere in this whole Northeast sector that people are doing cool things. The reason we wanted to do this was because, number one, we recognize it, right? We recognize it. And there's so many people doing so many great things that there's this entrepreneurial spirit that's happening everywhere, and people are driving to do it, but we're not slowing down enough to meet each other, right? And so one of the reasons we wanted to do this was to say, hey, let's do this and kind of build more awareness to the community, more awareness of these things that are going on, so we can start to bring people together, right? And start to say, we're so much more powerful together than we are individually, right? And there are a ton of people doing some amazing things all around us in the marine space. So our whole goal is a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever it is, we have built a solid network that everybody knows everybody and can help each other.
You've got a great idea and the right things going forward, and you've got a lot of different topics. We appreciate you having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're excited to fish the tournament. I'm gonna lean on Matt and David to get on that pedestal.
Good deal.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yep.